Hello, football enthusiasts. Welcome to Blaqsport Podcast. I am your host, like always, Insunet Uche, and I'm still on the wheel to take you through what is happening in Morocco. This is match day 3 in the African Cup of Nations 2025, and it's been magnificent all this while, especially with the lined up matches we have today, especially with Super Eagles of Nigeria that actually had a wonderful win, which we're about to talk in detail. But before we do all that, I have a guest here who is someone you're already familiar with. He's going to be one on the mic to analyze all throughout the whole games that we have today in detail, which is very, very interesting because he has a lot to say about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So today I present to you no one else but Edie. Edie, welcome to Blaqsport.
Thank you, Internet. Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm great. I would say it's been a long time coming, and I just want to ask you before we dive into this, how are you feeling about the AFCON in general? How are you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm happy. It's always a great time when African Cup of Nations, is on. Because in Africa we play different, and it's always a good time to see the boys in action as well. So it's very interesting getting to watch a couple of games in the competition.
Okay, that's actually fantastic. So before we actually go more about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the match lined up today, so I just want to show you with the features of today. So today's features, we have Nigeria, Tanzania, we have Tunisia and Uganda, and we have Congo DR and Benin Republic. Alongside then we have Senegal, Botswana. This is one thing about this whole lined up of these features today is that for sure we all know that everyone on the left hand side is going to win because Nigeria, Tunisia, Congo, Senegal, these are expected wins for the day. But you know about how AFCON is, there's a twist, of which for me I was looking at Nigeria having that twist for today. But let's go into that. But before we talk about Nigeria, we're going to be save that for the last. So the first match we're going to talk about is about this match, Congo DR and Benin Republic. So in this, it was expected. Yeah, in as much as if you have joined this match earlier, or maybe you didn't start up and you just joined, you would think that Benin is the one that had the upper hand because those guys brought the game to them really, really hard. And it was quite good that they had the early lead on the 16 minutes by Bongoda, which is a good thing, and he's also won man of the match. Yeah, he also won man of the match. Very, very a good game, tight game. They came close to have an equalizer, but it didn't happen. And Congo could even extend their lead, holding them out just in a 1-0. So I want to ask you, Edie, is this actually what you expected in this game?
For the scoreline, yes, but for the gameplay, no, because I felt Congo would be all over the place. If you remember when they played us in the World Cup qualifiers, when they got into the second half, they were, putting the pass, bringing the game to us. But that wasn't the case today because Benin were a bit more resilient. They wanted to win. They brought the game to them, like you said. Well, it's football. This happens. Tough of champions worked for them. So I feel, on the other hand, the DR Congo guys were a bit more clinical, so they got the win. But it's AFCON, there's no small team, there's no big team. It's actually the one that is more hungry that gets the win. So at the end of the day, it was the day for Congo, and they got it with the lone goal win.
Yeah, the long goal win is something is nice, but we know that long goal at this stage of the game is not usually ideal. It's always important to put in much goals as you can because it's a game of numbers at this stage. You agree with me on that?
Yeah, no, but on the other hand, it's not a game it's not a competition that you qualify by goals. It's a competition that you actually qualify by points. So be it 1-0, be it 2-1, be it 3-2, you just have to grind the win and score one more goal more than your opponent and get the 3 points so that you can eventually qualify to the group stage. On the other hand, there's also the third place teams which
Yeah.
needs to qualify. So that's where the goal difference can come in. Remember what happened to us in the World Cup qualifiers where we
Yeah.
had to, points got deducted and we had to go through by, I think we had one additional goal difference. So I feel, but topping the group, winning your match is the first things first. So when you get the points, you don't have any business with the third place. But when the push comes to shore and you need to qualify by, goal difference, that's where it comes in. But the way I see Congo, they won't have, they won't have that issues. They'll qualify straight ahead. And if they don't even top the group, but I believe they will be first or second in that group.
I love your confidence in this in terms of Congo think they're going to top the group. Are you really sure about that? Let's go to the next game. So you actually, let me see whether you're going to hold on to that. So the next game apart from that is you have the Senegal and Botswana. So yeah. This ended on a 3-0 in favor to Senegal.
That's how big boys do. That was a statement win. So it wasn't even if I was to predict it, I would have still given it to Senegal because that team has been together for almost 5 to 6 years now. If I'm not mistaken. So they understand themselves, they play together, the chemistry is there, and even in their various clubs, they are not doing badly. They're playing very well. Ndiaye is playing good game for Everton. You can see Gueye as well. You can see Mane. All the boys are really, really good. So Botswana, respect to them as well, but it wasn't their game at all. So because Senegal are also a favorite for this competition, so there was no way they could have a chance. No chance.
I know Senegal is the favorite in this competition, and especially seeing Nicholas Jackson having a brace in the game is one that really took me off. So going into this game, do you see Nicholas Jackson proving being a good contender to the highest goal scorer and actually showing that he is the guy that people should reckon with, apart from owing to what just happened in Chelsea? Do you think this is more like a way for him to rejuvenate himself?
For the highest goal scorer, I won't really say, but to get the goals for Senegal, I believe he's also the man, because you can see Chelsea. He's a player I like so much. He's a hard worker. He runs behind his players, and he's always demanding the ball so that he can put it at the back of the net. But in terms of being the highest goal scorer in the competition, I don't really know, because we have our Victor Osimhen, we have a lot of guys there. But to be the man to get the goals for Senegal, I feel yes, because he's always in the right places at the right time. Even you could see when he was in Chelsea, though he had a couple of times that he played off target, but he was always the man in those places. You can even see it in this season. While he's not around, Chelsea is a bit struggling for goals. But if he was here, the story might have been different, because Jackson is a player that always wants to get himself in the box, always wants the ball, and always wants to score. So I believe, apart from the 2 years got today, I believe as the tournament goes on, he might get more goals going forward.
Yeah, I'm also happy for him, because now he's a joint top high school scorer for the tournament as it is for now.
As it is, yeah.
As it is for now. It's good to also know that alongside while this is actually going, you have Dieye, who scored at the 90th minute to give them 3 good goals. That is so far the highest, and still maintain the clean sheet, something most countries were expected to have that didn't have that coming. Countries like Nigeria, in which we're going to discuss after that. And just to couple that, man of the match, Nicholas Jackson. Did you see that coming at all in the tournament? Did you see that coming?
Yeah.
When Manny is there, Manny did all the whole work. It was super intelligent throughout the whole game. Gave them a whole lot of pushbacks towards the defense. But because I think because he didn't fight the back of the net, it's who brought the goal more actually is being celebrated in this case, especially with the brace. It's not easy to have a brace in AFCON, so I think it is well deserved. Do you think so? It's well deserved?
Yeah, with that performance, top level performance, 2 brilliant goals, it could only be like Nicholas Jackson for the man of the match.
Do you know how I'm feeling about Nicholas Jackson? It feels. I wish him well in this tournament, because I really, really feel that he has a lot to prove to a whole lot of people, especially to Chelsea fans and Chelsea team as a whole, because this is something to show that I still got it, I have it, and I'm ready to deliver at the toppest level. This is one of the highest level of football game, and he's still delivering with a brace in the first game. This is something to hold on to, I must say. This is something to hold on to. And moving down to what we are other games that we had today, we also have another brace from someone, which is Achori from Tunisia, who scored 2 goals. He scored the first one in the 40th minute, scored also in the 64th minute. It was good. They actually had a 1-goal lead in the first half. Second half, he scored again. Then before Shaqiri scored, so Shaqiri opened the goal. He scored the remaining 2. Sorry about that. And that was a 3-1 in against Uganda, which Omendi scored at the extra time. So scoreline 3-1, expected win for Tunisia. Uganda as well, who everybody know they're going to try, but they're not going to at least get a draw. I'm even surprised they even got a 1 in this game. So what are your thoughts on this game?
So for the Tunisia game, they were the favorites to win,
Obviously, yeah.
So with no disrespect to Uganda, Tunisia, they came in, they had a game plan. They got the job done easy. But I feel if Uganda were a bit more pragmatic, they would have at least got a draw. But I felt as the game progressed, they lost their footings in the game, and they just had to concede those number of goals that they did. But going forward, I feel if they go back to the drawing board, look at where they didn't do very well, I feel they might be lucky to get the 3rd place spot and qualify to the next round.
So if you have to compare the performance against, talking about Comoros and Uganda, who do you think impressed you more?
Comoros, come on. Comoros were more on the front foot. They gave Egypt a tough time.
I mean Comoros that played against Morocco the first game, remember?
Comoros played against Morocco, yeah.
Morocco the first game, and they lost 2-0, 2-0 straight up.
Yeah,
flat.
that one was quite. I would say hard luck, because they played really well. They held the Moroccans. The keeper was brilliant, saved the penalty. But there's this thing about top of champions. When you're big. They always find a way to slip through your fingers and win the game. But in terms of Uganda, I really, really believe they're a very, very good side. They are cohesive, and the boys, also show that they are hungry for it. So I believe if the coach goes back, do a few tweaks, change a few personnel, they come back for the next 2 games. I don't think they'll get anything from the Super Eagles, because we're gonna deal so much with them. But with their other game against that will be against that's Tanzania. Yeah. They should be able to get something out of that game, and also get a few more goals there. They should be able to get a 3rd place spot and qualify for the round of 16.
Okay, it's good to hear that from you, because going by my own what I think Comoros are people who's going to crash out in the tournament so quick. To me, that's the least team for me. They're going to crash out so quick that we would even notice.
Comoros or Uganda, you talk about?
I mean, Comoros. I think Comoros is going to be the worst, followed by Uganda. Not because of scoreline, but because of, although I will say, by the time they play a different team, I'll actually see what they really have. I believe they gave so much respect to their opponents, and they bamboozled them so much. So I'm looking forward to let them play in a different, not just champions, different people, not different team. Let me just see how they're gonna come. But for now, Comoros is my least team. So far they have played, is my least favorite. Although my favorite now, topping so much, is still Morocco on top of that. So
that's the host team, and it's different when you play the host, because the stadium is jam packed. Everybody's coming for the host, but for them to be able to, in that kind of toxic and not so favorable atmosphere, they were able to stand their ground. And it's not easy to lose a game 2-0 to the host country. Being that you yourself, you're not very much a footballing nation, no disrespect, but I feel they have a strong point, they have a stand to qualify as well.
So you think it could have been more? Is that what you're saying? There could have been more. So the 2 was quite.
Could have been more.
Was quite decent.
Yeah, could have been more. And the keeper was very good. That was brilliant.
Yeah, he saved the penalty. Which was good.
He kept them in that game as well. Yeah,
he really kept them. He had some 2 good saves that he actually did in the game. That actually was really remarkable. He actually kept them in the game. I'll say he actually kept them in the game. And now this brings us to the point we need to talk about, which is Super Eagles of Nigeria against Tanzania. Now, I have mixed feelings in this game. Honestly, I have two mixed feelings.
Why?
One, I believe the scoreline does not truly represent what the outcome should have been.
Yeah, I think we had 18 shots and 10 on target, or 11 on target thereabout. Can't really wrap my head around that.
If we're to really go by that, okay, because now I'm trying to be a little bit more objective in this situation. Now let's just open up the stat. You'll see, just like to confirm what you just talked about, their shots. If you notice the game, we had so much early lead in this game, all right, and just to confirm what you just said, just checked it right now, we had 21 shots, 11 on target. Not just shots, we are aggressive with our game, we are dominant in the whole game, but we as a whole failed to convert. And it's a very big problem by Super Eagles, because I've seen it all round that we hold the ball too many touches. We should have at least been up to 3 goals up in this game. Just the same way you saw Tunisia do that. Klinko, the team that you're better than, you keep the goals coming.
Yeah, I agree with you, but when the game started, we started a bit slow, to say, and we actually played the Tanzanian team to the game. But I'll let them off on this one because it's the first game of the competition, and some of the boys had to travel from far distances, and all the logistics involved. But I believe going forward, we should play with a bit more of urgency.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to a friend that if we don't hold on to the ball too much, we get the ball, we play that pass forward, not playing the backward pass, no, play that pass forward, get the right personnel in the right position. We should be able to convert our chances. And also for our wing backs, that their crosses were a bit awful, stringing those passes left, right, and center was really, really, really a big problem. But I feel in the next game, if they are able to get those services to Victor Osimhen, there will be and to any striker that will be there will be more, goals converted for the Super Eagles.
Yeah. So looking back at this game, we have Ajayi having a wonderful header, and Lookman with a surprising goal no one actually expected. I was still relaxed waiting for him to actually pass the ball. I said, whoop, wow, that's just what we expect from African best player. And it is good to actually see so much quality that the Super Eagles have. And if you notice of what the Tanzania did, they knew that we had the good midfield. And if you notice, they choked it.
Yeah. That
midfield was, at some point I was like saying, can you all see that is not gonna work? Crossing here is not gonna work. You have to go left or right, and this brings me to what I want to talk about. Kudos to Iwobi for those straight pocket passes. He did it like up to 4-5 times in the game.
Yeah, that's what we know.
What are your thoughts about?
That's what he does for Fulham. He gets into those positions and strings those passes forward. And also, why they choked their midfield was because they actually knew that the only chance they would get was, those transition moments.
Yes.
They would play those lateral balls, they would play those, like they'll choke one part of the pitch and then immediately they'll switch. And that a bit took us off guard because that's how they got their goal. So I feel that's why they, put those number of personnel in the midfield so that they can be able to, get those passes forward and get behind the box when they're in transition. But on the other hand, the big boys did their job. Ajayi with a clean head, Iwobi with that delivery. That's what I was saying about getting those deliveries in. When you get those deliveries in and the bodies are in the box, there's no way you can escape that because of the quality we have in the team as well. And with the volley from Ademola Lookman, that was brilliant. You saw where the keeper was. He just had to take the chance. Yeah,
keeper was on board. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was a good performance, no doubt, but we still have room for improvement. It wasn't really a bad performance, but we still got to do better.
Okay,
forward into the competition.
in terms of Osimhen, yes, I know he came really close to find the back of the net, but not getting the back of the net, and you can see the frustration in the game. Sometimes where you could have actually had a good pass, he was trying to find the post, which at some point was not queuing very well. How would you rate his performance in this game?
Yeah, it was decent performance. I'll give him a 7 over 10.
Yeah.
He actually found the back of the net, but controversial offside to me. That wasn't off because the other guy at the other end, I think, played him on. He wasn't very bad. Osimhen is a hungry striker. He always wants to help the team as much as he can. Always wants to score. I feel it's just the first game, and also he wasn't. Though he did not score, he worked so hard for the team as well because he was distracting the defenders. I think that's how Ademola had the space to shoot because the defenders were paying attention on him, trying to hold it down. That Ademola just saw that space and he struck. So I feel he didn't play very badly, but we have seen Osimhen do better things in other games. So I believe as the competition progresses, we'll get to see him score more and more and more goals as well.
How will you rate about Samuel Chukwueze starting off? Because
it
was as if we missed this Chukwueze. We missed this. And
Chukwueze is in the form of his life. He was one of the sparks in that first half. It was very very unpredictable. The defenders didn't really know what he want to do, whether he wants to cut in, whether he wants to go direct. So I feel he gave us a big flare in that attacking third, and I want to see more of him as the competition progresses. Hopefully stays fit and injury free.
There's something I noticed, and it's been occurrence for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in terms of the defenders having so many touches with the ball. What do you say about that? You can see Bassi on every single touch. It doesn't just go the normal standard. You trap, you give, you open. The ball is more quicker, but you see them holding the ball once, twice, go, and how do you think about that?
Yeah, I felt they wanted to be a bit more careful. Nobody wants to. I don't want me to spoil for my hand.
Okay, yeah.
They wanted to be a bit more careful. They wanted to be sure of the passes before they, let it out, because if it gets into the wrong hands at that stage, that's you being done. So I felt they were a bit more careful, trying to, get more decisive before they play the pass. But you can still do that, and you're a bit more urgent on it, just about your reflex thinking.
Yeah.
Before the ball even comes to you, you know what you're gonna do. You've seen the man you want to give, and a bit of things. So I feel if they play with a bit more urgency and accuracy, we'll be able to have a different conversation when it comes to the gameplay. But if they keep holding on to the ball, playing the opponents into the game, that might go ahead to hurt us if we play more decent side. If you get your chances converted, if you play the opponents into the game when you're not supposed to do it, it might go ahead and haunt you, in 90 minutes.
I agree with you on that, because they really tried, and he seems to be the bully of the team. All strikers should be really scared of him, because he has a way of cutting in, bullying you, taking the ball very aggressive and neat and clean. That's something I really admire about him. He is standing so strong, especially with AFCON not being out of the game. He's still standing so strong in the game. Okay, let's it's also good to know that Samia Ajayi also won the man of the match. I think he'll so glad about this tournament. It's always good to have this boost at your first game, knowing that you are good enough. You are the rising star. So it's a good boost of confidence into the next round. Now let's talk about something about the next round. Let's talk about this. There's the Group C. So we have Tunisia on top of the group. We have Nigeria second, Tanzania 3, and Uganda still on the bottom table. Now with this is where I'm talking about goals. You might say yes, at this point in time it's all about getting 3 points, but it is really important to have the goals on, because now it has set. We don't need to wait till the last day before we start doing permutation, doing calculations, checking where you're going to fall in. That's always been our style. But look at the first game. You have a chance to go up to 3 goals or 4 goals up in this game, but we didn't do it. And if you watch towards the game, at some point we were all relaxed because we already had a win. We didn't want to jinx it. We don't want to lose the ball. Yes, I get that.
You need to manage the game.
Yeah, I get that. But if you look at it, much is also expected. So what is in the coming days now? You know that Nigeria needs to win the next game to qualify. They just need to win the next game.
We're winning all our games.
I love the confidence like that. You know that what I love about Nigerians, they always super confident when it comes to things like this. Yeah, regardless of what you're saying.
We already have an outstanding beef with Tunisia, what they did to us a couple of years ago. So
yeah,
Tunisia, teach them the lesson, get the job done, get it done with Uganda, and then we wait for the next opponents in the knockout stages.
Okay. Before I conclude about this, I just want to get your thoughts on this. Where do you think Nigeria is going to finish on top of the table? Oh no, come on! On top of the table. Is this on top of the table? Are you certain that we're going to end up on the first?
Yeah, 9 points, clean, 100%.
Okay, you know what I love about this? There's always an evidence to actually hold you on this. So we'll circle back on this after the final group stage match. We'll circle back on this thought. And this also brings me to the audience. In case you're joining us for the first time, please feel free to go to our previous videos to see what happened in Matchday 1, Matchday 2, and now in Matchday 3. You can subscribe on our social media platforms on X, on Facebook, and also on Instagram. Also on our podcast, you can check on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and you can also have us on YouTube podcast as well. So it's really pretty much interesting. You don't have to lose anything because you're out of work. Blaqsport got you. So this brings me to what we talked about last. I remember that was in 2023 African Cup of Nations. We were talking about how the goal scorer Lookman was still trying to evolve in the team, trying to adjust. You can see now he's adjusting pretty very well now.
I can remember.
Yeah, I remember that. Now you said that. You said that. Give him time, and you see
between then and now, he has won the Europa. He has won the African Best, and look at the goal he scored today. Brilliant. So
he won the highest score for Nigeria as well for last AFCON. So he has actually, just like you said, give him time, trust the process. He actually deliver, and honestly, he's doing just that. And just to back up what we're going to round up to this episode is on what we expect tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea, we have Algeria and Sudan, we have Ivory Coast and Mozambique, we have Cameroon and Gabon. This is an interesting match. Which match are you looking forward to seeing tomorrow?
Cameroon, Gabon. Yeah,
that's more spectacular.
Yeah, I feel it's going to be a draw, and Burkina Faso should win.
Okay.
And Algeria should win.
Okay.
And who is the other one again? You said
Ivory Coast, Mozambique.
Ivory Coast for the win.
I love how the confidence is popular. Now, a little thing. If there's gonna be a twist, which match is gonna have that twist?
So the twist, I'm looking at that Burkina Faso game.
Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea. You think Equatorial Guinea might actually have a stinker?
Yeah, remember the last edition, the highest goal scorer came from
Equatorial Guinea.
So it's a side that scores goals. So I feel that's gonna be the one that is gonna have a little bit of a tweak. But for the Cameroon, Gabon are the favorites. But I'm also seeing a draw in that game. Though I'm seeing a draw, but if anything should happen, it's gonna be for Gabon. Ivory Coast, Africa is going to win. Algeria is going to win. So.
All right, I want to say it's really good to have you here, Edie. I really do appreciate. And just in case you just joined, feel free to go to Blaqsport Podcast on Spotify and also on YouTube as well as Apple Podcasts to watch this episode in full and get up to speed what is happening in the African Cup of Nations. It's been an interesting time, and I want to say thank you so much, Edie, for making our time to join here. Is there any other thing you want to say for the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Yeah, I just want to give them all my support and see them win lifted. They were very close last edition, but nearly cannot kill a bird. I believe this is their time and they should just do the job and bring it back home.
All right. I love what you said. Nearly can kill a bird, but surely nearly sometimes kills the bird. Let's say in terms of frights or anything. All right. So you take care. Have a wonderful time. And I wish you all viewers, tomorrow we're still locked here on Matchday 4 on the African Cup of Nations live on Blaqsport Podcast. I am your host like always, Insulet Tuche. And with me signing out here is Edie. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
I see you. Ciao.
Bye.